South Korea in crisis. President Yoon declares martial law. What it means for democracy. South Korea, often celebrated as a beacon of democracy in East Asia, has plunged into an unprecedented political and constitutional crisis. On December 30, 2024, President Yoon Suk-yeol declared emergency martial law, citing threats from anti-state forces and pro-North Korean sympathizers. This shocking development has sent ripples across the nation and the international community, raising urgent questions about South Korea's democratic resilience, its legal framework, and the stability of its political landscape. What is martial law? Martial law refers to the temporary imposition of direct military control over civilian functions, typically during emergencies like war, rebellion, or natural disasters. Under martial law, civil rights, such as freedom of speech and assembly, can be curtailed. Civilian government bodies may be suspended or overridden. Military authorities may enforce law and order, bypassing judicial processes. The use of martial law is a contentious measure, as it often represents a shift away from democratic norms toward authoritarian governance. The Martial Law Declaration and its immediate fallout. The President's announcement. In an unexpected late-night televised address, President Yoon justified the Martial Law Declaration as necessary to safeguard South Korea's constitutional order. Key aspects of the decree included a suspension of political activities, including those of the National Assembly, a ban on protests and public demonstrations, potential restrictions on media reporting. The sudden announcement drew sharp parallels to South Korea's authoritarian past, particularly its military regimes of the 1970s and 1980s. Public outrage and resistance. By the early hours of December 4, widespread protests erupted across Seoul and other major cities, with citizens rallying under slogans demanding the preservation of democracy. Thousands defied the martial law order, including students, civil rights activists, and opposition figures. Reports from the ground revealed that the military, tasked with enforcing martial law, appeared reluctant to escalate tensions, avoiding direct confrontations with demonstrators. Parliamentary and legal resistance. Our positive takes a stand. The National Assembly, led by the opposition Democratic Party, swiftly convened to counteract the Martial Law Declaration, levering South Korea's legal provisions, which allow Parliament to override martial law with a majority vote. Lawmakers unanimously passed an emergency motion to nullify the decree. This decisive action underscores the strength of South Korea's institutional checks and balances, even amidst a crisis. Political fallout for President Yoon. The Martial Law Declaration has triggered a backlash against President Yoon. Approval ratings have plummeted. Calls for resignation or impeachment have gained momentum. Members of his own conservative People Power Party have distanced themselves, criticizing the move as unconstitutional and reckless. Economic and international implications. Economic impact. The political turmoil has shaken investor confidence. The South Korean won dropped sharply against the US dollar. Concerns over economic stability, especially in South Korea's tech and export-driven sectors, are mounting. Global reactions. All eyes, such as the United States, have expressed deep concern, given South Korea's strategic importance in regional security and its role in counterbalancing North Korea and China. Diplomatic efforts are underway to ensure stability and avoid further escalation. What's next for South Korea? Impeachment on the horizon? The opposition is now rallying support for impeachment proceedings against President Yoon. Civil society groups, emboldened by public outcry, are organizing efforts to safeguard democratic norms. Repercussions for South Korea's political landscape. This crisis has illuminated several underlying issues. The ideological divide between conservatives and liberals. persistent tensions in managing North Korean threats, the influence of powerful conglomerates, or on governance. The coming months may see new elections, significant political restructuring, or even a complete reshuffling of power within the ruling party. Lessons for democracy. South Korea's recent turmoil serves as a stark reminder of how fragile democratic systems can be, even in well-established states. The resilience of South Korea's institutions and the activism of its civil society will be crucial in determining the country's path forward. As the world watches, this episode offers valuable lessons in governance, the rule of law, and the enduring importance of democratic values in the face of authoritarian pressures. By addressing global concerns and emphasizing democratic resilience, South Korea has the opportunity to emerge stronger from this political quagmire. The next steps will define not just its future, but also its legacy as a modern democracy in East Asia.